Let's see how many people join us today. How many people will... My last live was just me and Mike D. Yeah, my last live was me and Mike D. We talked the whole time. It was the better part of an hour. So a few more minutes, I'm going to have to go plug in a machine that's supposed to run without power for an hour and a half. So maybe I can do this for an hour. So if my alarm goes off, I will just run into the other room and plug in the oxygen machine, just to give you a heads up, give you a heads up. I guess that's, yeah. This is a family show. I heard a Duran Duran song on the radio when I went to Walgreens. Gamer God, hi, you remember me? Why wouldn't I remember you? Why do people have to ask me that? Are they testing my memory? Do you remember me? Do you do that when you walk up to somebody? Hi, do you remember me? That makes me laugh. But as I was saying, on the way back from Walgreens, the Duran Duran song came on, morning after. Say a prayer till the morning after. Say a prayer till the morning. I think that's how it goes. Say a prayer for the morning after. It reminds me of the morning after pill. Hello, welcome. And it was all yellow. There's a song called Yellow. Is this your first time? Is this your first time here at Eddie's Funhouse? Sometimes. My favorite dinner, I guess, barbecue ribs, potato salad. We might have to go get... That'd be nice for dinner tonight. We're having leftover turkey and pork chops. I could probably go get us some spare. Sounds good, sir. Well, thank you. Barbecue ribs, potato salad, and barbecue beans. And then after, yes, treat yourself. Treat yourself. Help yourself to Stover's Pizza. Help yourself, help yourself, help yourself to Stover's Pizza. Freshetta is a really good pizza. If you want to buy from the freezer, Freshetta. So you can join my Patreon. What's the topic at hand? I don't know. We'll have to think of something we can talk about. Should we talk about purses and matching shoes? A lot of girls, when they buy a purse, they make sure it matches their shoes. Umbrellas. Why does it never rain when you carry an umbrella? When you bring an umbrella with you, that's when the rain stops. Have you noticed that? Or a fly swatter. If you grab a fly swatter, you almost never see a fly. Or if you do see a fly, you always seem to be too slow to swat it. How come we cook bacon and bake cookies? That's a good question. You cook bacon and bake cookies. If you're baking bacon, you're going to have a big mess in the oven. You know what I've learned is the George Foreman grill also cooks bacon. Now I want to go buy bacon so that I can cook it on the George Foreman grill. It arches, you prop it up in the back so the grease runs off, and so you'll have greaseless bacon. You just close the top and the grease runs down into the tray, and there you go, you have bacon. That is a good question. How come? They call it a chickpea when it's neither a chick nor a pea. I'm from the Netherlands. Everyone here is obsessed with air fryer. Oh, really? I think those air fryers are easier to clean up. I remember it was the bamboo steamer. It was called the bamboo steamer. And you had different layers. You know, you can cook your meat at the bottom. You can cook your vegetables at the top. Cook some potatoes. I've heard of a Cleveland steamer. Cleveland steamer is something you don't want to eat. And then there's the bamboo steamer. What else was there? The popcorn popper. There was an air popcorn popper. Want to hear something wacky? Sure, why not? I do wacky. I'm wearing my Ohm ring today. It's Ohm. I think you're supposed to wear it on your right hand. But there is a story about a guy. He was a Filipino fisherman, and he kept a rock that was really pretty, and it turned out when his house burned down, he had it appraised, this rock, and it was the biggest pearl ever. It was worth $100 million. So you never know what's going to happen. Where is a sort of carnival spot you can throw the air fryer the furthest? So you don't like the air fryer? Is it frustrating? It's like a printer, like in the movie Office Space, when they had the printer and they got so mad at it, they took it out to a field and kicked it around and beat it. Mike Judge makes some pretty good movies. He made another one called Extract that had Diaz in it and Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons was in a couple of movies. He was in a movie called Runaway with Tom Selleck. It was like a futuristic cop show. It was a pretty good show. I'd recommend that one. Runaway. And then there is Democracy. Give your viewership your top 3 movies. Top 3 movies? Starship Trooper. Which other one? Army of Darkness is up there. What was another one? There's a good movie I keep talking about called God Bless America. It was produced by Magnet. Yeah, God Bless America. It's about a guy who gets down on his luck. He gets fired from his job. And he wanted to kill himself. How's your eyesight? I guess I'm not legally blind. That always cracks me up, the term legally blind. What about those of us who are illegally blind? You have to be legally blind to get any benefit. Legally blind. That man is legally blind. You can't arrest him because he's legally blind. I don't know. It's a horrible thing to make fun of, but it's funny the terms they use. Like Stevie Wonder, that's right. Pretending to be blind. It is. It's illegal. It should be illegal. There was History of the World Part 1. It was a Mel Brooks movie. The guy was pretending to be blind, and the guy spotted him. The guy said, alms, alms for the poor. And then a black guy walks by and he goes, brother. And it was Gregory Hines was the guy who, he said the F word about him. Yeah, people who pretend to be blind, or people who pretend, they get caught most of the time. People who sign up for disability, they get their disability and then they're seen carrying bags of fertilizer, moving furniture around, loading up their truck while they're on disability. Shame on them. Disability isn't all it's cracked up to be. Thoughts on sobriety? I think a lot of people celebrate their sobriety. You don't appreciate sobriety until alcohol or drugs almost messes you up, almost messes your whole life up. People do that. They celebrate their sobriety. I guess those of us who are sober, they wonder what the problem is. What's hard is you make the choice to get stoned, you make the choice to get drunk, but then you realize this isn't what I signed up for. You know, my wife left me, my kids are being reported to CPS, you know, I can't get a job, stuff like that. Yeah, it's like it's more than you bargained for. Usually that's a story I hear. Someone decides to drink a little just to cope, and then that little bit of drinking turns into a lot of drinking. Then they start missing time at work, their wife. Sometimes, anyways, it's like a domino effect. And you don't know what you're signing up for until you're already there. You're talking to somebody. Somebody's trying to coax you out from under a truck or something. I don't know. You wake up with your toenails painted. Or you wake up in jail. That's got to be the scariest. You say, well, it's after work. I'm going to just go to the pub to take the edge off. Then you wake up in jail. 3 people are looking down on you. Yeah. A lot of people have stories like that. It's like, wow, I just feel like I need to relax. Yeah, celebrating that sobriety. I really pray for those people who are staying sober. They say you got to do it for yourself. You got to do it not for anybody else. Because if you try to do it for somebody else, you don't stay as committed. Say, yeah, I don't want to lose my girlfriend or my wife. I don't want to lose my job. But then again, something happens at your job, and you get stressed out or you get depressed. Alcohol is a depressant. That's what I heard. So if you're depressed and you want to cheer yourself up with alcohol, backwards, buddy. I guess everyone's gone now. I see a 0 up there. Well, let's talk about our problems. Let's talk about, I need to pray to St. Jude. St. Jude. He is the saint of lost causes. I think I need him on my side. St. Jude. Danny Thomas founded St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital because he was struggling with his career. So I guess he made a bargain with St. Jude, and and things got better for him, and he established St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Maybe I can do the same thing. Say, hey, St. Jude, could you help me out here? And well, the sun has come out. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be song. When you're faced with a day that's gray and lonely, I just pick up my chin and grin and say, tomorrow. Bless your coffee. That's right. Bless our St. Jude, bless our coffee. Because you never know who made it and for what purpose. They could put laxative in your coffee. Yes? Yeah. Okay, hold on a minute. Auntie. I was in a singing. There we go. Oh, it's hard. Where we would be. Tell your wife you want ribs with potato salad and you want to watch sports till late night with your friends. We'll see how long she stays, my wife, after that. It's amazing what wives will put up with. Some wives are very loyal and devoted to their husbands. It's like they have a husband they don't deserve. They deserve a better husband, but they stay loyal to that husband because of their beliefs or because they're not weak. But I hate seeing that. You know, a guy who has a lot of problems, he cheats on her, he beats her, you know, the whole shebang. And a lot of people out there really deserve better. They deserve a boss that's nice to them. They deserve a boss that appreciates them. And we can only hope for the best sometimes. Yeah, I want potato salad, I want ribs, and I want to watch sports until I want to stop watching sports. Some wives, I wonder how many would just laugh at him when they start giving their list of demands. How many wives would just shake their head? They say behind every great man, there's a woman rolling her eyes. Women are have you noticed that? A lot of them are. Because they want a story to tell their friends. My husband, he didn't say hi to me today. You know. But then I hear people go on and on about their husbands, how wonderful they are. It's like, was this the first try? Some women go through a lot of husbands until they finally get the right one. My brother had to go through that. He had to go through 3 wives. Wife number 3 was the right one. That's sad. Why can't we just pick the right woman the first time? That's right. They say, happy wife, happy life. That's what we all want. That's what I want, is just an easy life. No complications. I hate it when complications happen. Like last month, two different people hit my car. The second one was the doozy, you know. Now my car is in the shop. Today is the day they're supposed to inspect my car. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry if that was loud. I had timed. See the machine that my mother is on? You can unplug it and it stays running for an hour and a half. Or it's supposed to stay at least an hour and a half without another charge. And we're getting about that amount of time. So I set it for an hour. An hour has gone by. So it didn't actually hold an hour. Because I unplugged it at around 1 o'clock. And I had to just now plug it in. So it's not quite doing an hour and a half. So we really have to hurry up and get her appointments done. Because it's going to start beeping. We'll have to keep it plugged in the whole time. I guess what we'll do is keep the charge cord with us. So when it starts beeping, we can plug in the charge cord. It sucks being on oxygen. Hopefully it won't be for the rest of her life. They're saying it's because of COVID that she now is supposed to be on oxygen, 2% oxygen. Oh, really? A 44-year-old. Wow. Thank you for that compliment. I'm 56. Hello, Duda. Welcome to the fold. Welcome to the fold. That's what large people, they have folds. People that are overweight, they have what they call folds. And it's funny when you say, welcome to the fold. Hi, and welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. We're talking about oxygen. And looking younger than I really am. I wish I was 44. Good God. 44 was so long ago. Yeah, celebrate your birthdays. Or be thankful for your birthdays. Because it's 56 already. You just wake up one morning and you go, oh God, I'm still at this? 56. Yep, I'm halfway there. I'm halfway there. Live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse. I like that. I like that idea. Some people are so old, they don't remember where they are. They can't barely make it up a flight of stairs. It's like, why? Why old? Why do we have to get old and die? If we're supposed to die, why don't we just die? Get it over with. When you reach that age, I was talking about that with my brother. I was thinking, why get old and die? Why not just get real sleepy and go sit down somewhere? And then they have a crew waiting for you for that time you expire. They just pick up your body, use it for science, use it for transplants, something like that. You know, be resourceful. Or we could, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm halfway there, that's right. How much longer can I live? You know, if you're 56 years old, you're 30, and I've done all I want to do. Yeah, really, it's quantity. You can live till you're 80, but what have you done with your life? Like you said, if you have kids, you know, you graduate high school, you go to college, whatever, you invent the next best you know, pair of Mickey Mouse ears. I don't know. Something meaningless like that. Or the Keep on Truckin', the guy who drew the picture that says Keep on Truckin', or the smiley face. Somebody actually invented that, the smiley face, back in the 60s, I think. And it's like, yeah, that's all that guy's going to do. Why does he need to live till he's 80? Because then you become a burden on your family. You become a burden. But then sometimes you're helping your family. You know, like yeah, I got to watch what I'm saying. Because again, we're kind of helping each other. No matter how old we get, we should hang in there. You never know when you're going to die. I work, part-time, bills are paid, own, you own a house, I'm already done. Yeah, looking for purpose. But you know what? That sense of contentment sets in. You go, yeah, I'm okay right now. You know, I don't have to work all day just to make ends meet. And I think life should be structured like that. Structure life around the person instead of the person around the life. I think that's why there's so many suicides. Suicides are like on the rise among soldiers. You don't want soldiers killing themselves. You want soldiers out there leveling the playing field. And first responders, law enforcement, psychiatrists. That's crazy when psychiatrists are ending their lives. You know, we're coming to them for help, and then they go, screw this, you know. I think that's what we need to do is look at the person, structure the life around the person, not the person around the life, because there's not a balance there. If you got to work from sunup to, my brother, he's got to work from 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes he'll call me at like 6 o'clock at night. I'm going home now. And it's crazy. Sometimes we get hypnotized by that. I think it's because of stress or hopelessness. Again, I think we need to start building the life around the person. You know, if the person is happy, yes, even music. I listen on the radio and I go, that's a song I already know. It's just a different person singing it with a slight twist. It's like we're just being regurgitated. Uh, Music, songs, they're just regurgitating instead of writing new songs. Some musicians, it only takes like 27 minutes to write a song. I think John Denver, he wrote a song in like 27 minutes. I was listening to Pink Floyd. I think it was Roger. Anyways, and what are the Beatles? You know, they say, I wrote this song in a few minutes. And that one song, they should be forced to write new songs. Get inspired. There's so many songs that are inspired by simple things. We need new songs. That's probably why people are killing themselves, is because they're hearing the same damn songs. Yeah. And the movies. They keep talking about how crappy it was making The Wizard of Oz. And it's like, what about nowadays? People are breaking their fingers, cutting their hands. But anyways, we need to stop talking about the horrors of life. If people hear too much of that, I'm pretty sure they'd get depressed or scared to make a movie because, you know, like the guy, the Harry Potter stunt double broke his back and paralyzed now. And So it's like, it's hard to adjust to all that. All they can make is, yeah, Jurassic Park 15, Rocky movies. I guess since Disney bought Star Wars, George Lucas couldn't just stop with uh, Return of the Jedi. He had to make the prequels. They were probably pushing him to make the prequels. And then now that he made the prequels, all the nerds are in an uproar. They don't like Jar Jar Binks. He's just a character. I think the guy committed suicide. The one who, oh, now that we're on the topic of self-termination, that's what they should call it. Self-termination. Or, yeah. What's horrible is they're not allowing it to happen. They're not allowing people to say, okay, I'm in pain, I'm depressed all the time, I just want to put an end. Let me give you an example. There was a guy who wanted to commit suicide, and he parked on some train tracks, and the train didn't kill him. It killed like 17 other people, and he survived and went to jail. Is that fair? And then there was a lady in Britain who kept attempting to commit suicide in the ocean. They banned her from the oceans because it got into the millions. Every time they'd go to save her, it got into the millions. So they banned her from the beach. They should have banned her from the beach the first attempt. When you attempt suicide, they ban you from the beach. They don't wait until it gets into the millions. Follow the money, they say. Yeah. Jurassic Park. Who's sick of Jurassic Park? I remember when that first movie came out, I went to the theater to watch it. I went to the theater to watch the very first Jurassic Park movie. And then they made Jurassic World or something like that. It's like, okay, we get it. You take a dinosaur's DNA, and then the dinosaurs behave like they did when they were alive. Maybe that's why they're extinct now. And, you know what? I don't think people want to fix the world. They know they're going to die soon. So they say, what's the use in fixing the world? What's the use in making things better? They just screw up the world a little more, and then they die. Whoever they are. My brother keeps asking me, who are they? Well, try to live off grid. Try to show people on YouTube how well you're living off grid, and you'll find out who they are. The guys who come and shut you down. The guys who come and see if you're up to code. You know, you'll see who they are when you try to live free. Land of the free, home of the brave. I beg to differ. Free enterprise as long as somebody's making taxes off of your efforts. Yeah. Oh, you can tell I'm bitter. I'm a little bitter when it comes to stuff like that. I gotta take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and just let the steam come out. Otherwise my head will blow up. I think Glenn Beck used to say that. He used to talk about his head blowing up. Get out the duct tape. Get your duct tape out, because this is going to make your head blow up. What I hate hearing about is when they let people walk who are killers, homicidal maniacs. It's part of my daily routine. Yeah. Get up. Try to make it until bedtime. If you can make it till bedtime, doing all right. For the time your head leaves the pillow to the time your head goes back to the pillow. If you are alive by the time your head gets to the pillow, you've done a good job. You should congratulate yourself. Get up in the morning, go, oh, it's a new day. That's how you can evaluate yourself. Yet they have people who are in prison. Yeah, yes, yeah, just for selling weed. I remember it was well put by Jesse Ventura. Okay, if you know about Jesse Ventura, Google him. He was saying he smoked weed and all he wanted to do was go to a concert. I forget which concert. No, Jimi Hendrix. That's right. All I wanted to do was go see Jimi Hendrix. It's like, how much better would life be if most of us were high? Lives off grid in Mantra for 6 years post growth. And yeah, it's almost like half of the people are in prison and the other half is paying to keep them there. It keeps me off a half dozen pharmaceuticals. There you go. I think you hit the nail on the head. They want to medicate us. I've noticed that with me. I was feeling depressed. I was feeling anxious and upset. But the first thing they wanted to do, instead of fixing my problems, instead of helping me fix my problems, they wanted to get me on some kind of medication. Smoking weed helps life. Yes, it does. There's so many beneficial, what's it called? Medical benefits. Some states are allowing medical marijuana. People, when they do the wrong strain. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think doctors need to be monitoring what the good stuff, make sure that it's grown properly, make sure it gets the proper nutrients. I don't smoke myself, but I hear a lot of people benefit from the THC, the cannabis. I guess it's all the same thing. People smoke weed and they feel great. And look at how much money people are making. Where pot is legal. But then again, it's who's selling the pot. If you trace it to the people who are selling it, you don't want to make the wrong people rich, because then your government is taken over. But then again, maybe that would help. Yeah. But I saw it. Yeah, see again, those medical benefits, the medical benefits of something that grows. Hello, Rodolfo's here. Uh, the money is going into infrastructures. Yeah. And you know what? The quality of people has gone down, it seems. The people who built all the buildings, who built all the bridges, they're all retiring now, or they're all dead now. So who's going to keep up? Everybody's looking at their iPhones. Yeah, everybody who's playing video games, staying at home until they're in their 30s. Who's going to... You know what is really booming is the gaming industry. So start investing in gaming. Gaming chairs, headphones. Shit, you become a millionaire. You got to follow the money. We're all going to be driving on banged up roads, potholes. That's what I see a lot of here. They're collecting taxes, but there's still potholes. People are, you have to wait till somebody dies before they put up a stop sign, before they put up some, those crosswalk signs. People are always hitting them. They erect a crosswalk sign, and somebody runs right into it. I've seen that in Hiram a lot. Hiram, Georgia. I'm always seeing A crosswalk sign that was hit by somebody. It's like, what good is that going to do? I'm glad they didn't hit a person who was trying to cross the street. There are still some pedestrians out there. They're very rare, but they are there. I don't see hardly anybody walking anymore or even riding a bike. Everyone's in a car, driving one by themselves. Eddie, well, hold on. Hold on a second. Eddie, would you please dance around to liven up the show? I can dance around. Hold on. Uh, to encourage sitting around. Yeah, gaming. Country without getting. Yeah, by the government. Hello, Shoba. Welcome. I walk. Yeah, I used to also. I remember where I worked, it was walking distance from where I lived. And it stopped my car from being broken into. It stopped me from having car repairs, having to pay for car insurance. Hello, Mom is doing fine. Sorry, what was the red full? What was the read full? Sorry. OMG, yeah. We should all be LOLing at the structure that we've created. It's good for the body, spirit, and mind. Yeah, just to walk. Take a walk. Look around. It's like your mind shuts off when you start walking, and then you just got that euphoria that kicks in. Yeah, Mom's doing fine. Hopefully she won't need oxygen much longer, because they're saying it was because of the COVID. That was a lot to read, I meant. Yes, it was. We got to keep this going. When I have to stop and read a paragraph. I lived in Houston and LA. I'm sorry. LA is hard. Have you ever tried to drive through LA? Yeah. I tried to drive to Universal Studios in LA, and I thought my car was going to fly apart. Nobody stops either. TC Deer? What's TC Deer? Forget that. I'm going to have to start making all these. Whoa, sorry. I hit the wrong button. I'm just so eager to stop a... Oh, what's happening now? Are we back on? There we go. That was an interruption. And didn't own a car till I didn't own a car until I was 32 years old. One. I either took the bus or I took a walk. I remember walking every day from home to work and back. Oh, okay. There you go. That's probably why you're alive today. You don't have the stress of owning a car in a city. I'm afraid of here. This place becoming a city. They keep building here. And whenever the population goes up, so does the crime. I'm starting to see that in Hiram. Hiram is just the next town over. The Walmart there got a couple of shootings. There was a couple of shootings at that Walmart. People go there like it's no big deal. And the Home Depot, they were talking about the security there. I guess we're all on the same page. This world is circling the drain. STD, circle the drain. Or hell in a handbasket. That's what I used to hear. Or hitchhiked. That was a big thing back in the 70s, the 60s. If you wanted to go somewhere, just stick your thumb out there. Like Pee Wee Herman, he had that huge thumb. That was funny. I like comedy. Keeps my mind off of banging my head against the wall. Yeah. That way you're relying on someone else's gas. It's not your gas. And then I saw that bumper sticker, gas, grass, or ass, no one rides for free. Oh, in the 80s, yeah. I was going in through high school in the 80s. I didn't see a lot of the open road. Those were the days, man. You just get on the bus, go home on a Friday, and then you don't have to worry about anything until Monday. Then you get the Monday scaries. See, that was a well structured life. I like a life that I just can go on autopilot. Oh wait, I had to dance. That's right. Lighten the load. I get or to help the show. I can do that Max Headroom dance. Max Headroom was quite entertaining. He was a glitchy character. So we got a total of 2 people here at Eddie's Funhouse. I wonder if I'm starting too early. I could be. And I'm not getting as many likes. You're relying on the fact you won't end up with a serial killer. Yeah, we hope and pray. There was a guy who was a serial killer, and he didn't kill a woman because she was nice. She was nice to him, so he didn't kill her. I think it was written in a letter he gave. It says, you know what, I was going to kill you, but because you were so nice, I decided not to. And I keep thinking about that other I can't say serial killer. I need to say that without tripping over my lips. Serial killer. There was one that wouldn't go into your house if the door was locked. If the door was open, he considered that an invitation. And then he would kill the person living inside. So yeah, it's the little things that get you. Could you imagine somebody who could clearly kill you doesn't just because you were nice? Just because you asked him if he wanted fries with that or something like. Or would you like some ketchup, sir? Imagine the times that you could have died but didn't. I tell you, From Pillow to Pillow, I should write a book called From Pillow to Pillow. You know, when you take your head off the pillow and when you put your head back on at night, if you could just look at the ceiling and go, I made it. I didn't have a lawsuit. I didn't have child support. I didn't have, there's so many things that could catch you. Health issues. A lot of us would be, I'm so kind. Maybe that's why I'm still alive. There are probably many times when I could have been killed. But my kindness won the day. Hi and welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. I always say that when I see a new person. I've got fans all over the world. Some in India, some in the UK. One guy was in the Netherlands just talking to me. I love you too. You're learning the lingo, how we talk here in the US. I guess that makes the world smaller in many ways. When you could talk to a guy in the UK, you could talk to a lady in Ireland, or someone who used to hitchhike and is still alive. Did you have were you packing when you were hitchhiking? Did you have like a little pistol or a pocket knife? Hello and welcome. There was a girl that rode with me. She had a safety pin. She had a safety pin in her trousers, or on her trousers. She said, "This is what I used to defend myself with." I thought, yeah, it just looks like a harmless little safety pin. But if you undo it, you can poke somebody who's trying to harm you. I thought, wow, a weapon. You have a weapon. It looks like a safety pin, but it could probably make it to where you don't wind up in uh, in a landfill somewhere. What other things have I seen? Yeah, California had its share of homeless people. Nope, no weapon. Yeah, that's right. That's your weapon. They say my size in my eyes. I had my size in my eyes. Yeah, if you weigh 120, that way when the cops search you, you're clean, you're clear, you're free to go. You have some questions to answer. You have a lot of explaining to do. If you do have a weapon, why are you hitching rides from people and have a weapon? Were you planning on carjacking? Yeah. You weighed less. Okay, I didn't read that part. Oh, I think in retrospect, it was good to just walk to work, especially except for when it's raining. When it's raining or really cold or lots of birds, I've had to I've had to dodge some droppings. There were so many times when I could have got hit really well by a bird. One time, a doorknob. I was going to turn a doorknob outside, a doorknob to a pool area, and the bird pooped on the doorknob before I touched it. So it's like, thank you, good try. And one time I was walking and a bird pooped in front of me. I think the only time I'd been pooped on was when I had a pet bird. Pet birds would always poop on me. Like they'd sit on my shoulder and squeeze out a little shoulder. Yeah. But never a wild bird. What I hate is when they poop on my paint, the paint of my car. It's not so bad when they hit the windshield because you could just wipe off the windshield. Or when the wiper goes and just smears the whatever the bird ate of, whatever animals, creatures they ate. It's always white and really, really soft. Seagulls, I think, have the worst turds. Seagulls eat shells and popcorn. Yeah, seagulls. You could be sitting on the beach fishing. Yeah. And all of a sudden, plop. Like that show, High Anxiety. High Anxiety. There was also a Mel Brooks movie. And the guy was in the park and he had a fear of pigeons. And then when we started running, all the pigeons started just unloading on the poor guy. That reminds me of the Birds, Alfred Hitchcock. Somebody asked me if I'd seen that movie. Yes, I did. When I was a kid, when it's harder to recover from traumatic seeing things. What's going on here? Everyone's. I think I don't have a good connection today. The Wi-Fi. There we go. We can blame it on the Wi-Fi. So is everyone still here? I notice I tend to not dominate, or my blood pressure is a little high. I can tell when my eyes are popping a bit. I can feel the pressure in my eyes. I can feel the pressure in my eyes. I wonder what's causing this. This doesn't usually happen. Have you noticed the screen freezes? There we go. Should I dance some more? Stop playing the flute? Learn some dance moves? What was that? Night at the Roxbury? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. no more. What is love? Duda's not with us anymore. Duda came onto my live show. Whoever goes by Duda. Duda's like a kid. Or not live, my adult show. He clicked right through. And so I had to time him out. Maybe that's why he's not here. He's afraid he'll be timed out. Got to time out those unruly children. So it's not quite an hour yet. I don't want to cheat my viewers from an hour of listening to me ramble on. Let's see, I've got my bells and whistles. I guess that can break up the monotony. This show might become something. Maybe you'll see me on a wider screen with a lovely lady massaging my shoulders. I gotta be careful to do something. The camera, when I did this, it stopped. Yeah. Well, I'm here for those who love me. I still have 2 people watching. Please let me know if you're still here. Maybe you're getting up and making a cup of coffee. Or maybe you're, I don't know, whatever you kids do these days. 42 years old. Somebody mistook me for a 42-year-old. Yeah. I know it's charging. What's going on here? This should be charged by now. I hope my phone isn't crapping out. Crapping out. I wish I could bring more. I want to bring more to the show. I've got to start auditioning people. See if I can get some people who can make bird calls. Wow, look at that. That's scary. There. You know what could be solar flares? Somebody's setting up solar flares. They say there were some times when the solar flares would have killed us. Things from outer space. But then volcanic activity, hurricanes. You never know what life is going to be like. I think that's why we're not supposed to see the future, because the future would probably scare the hell out of most of us. We're not supposed to see the future, because then we'd be focused on the future. Like if you're the guy, somebody goes postal, and you're one of the people who happen to be standing there, that'd probably be what you would be thinking about. If you knew when and how you're going to die, you'd be so preoccupied with how you're going to die that you wouldn't be able to live, you know. I think that's why we're ignorant of the future. Or if you knew you're going to lose your life savings, gambling. What happened, like if you were 13 years old and you knew you were going to be a guy who just died of a drug overdose or died from night. But then you'd need the emotional ability, I guess, to accept that that's what's going to happen to you. There'd be a lot of chaos, I'm sure, if you knew you were going to die on a certain day of a certain thing. But then again, you don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison. You don't want to spend the rest of your life on death row or death roll. When the roll is called up yonder, my friend's mother said, thank God we don't know when we're going to... Yeah, we don't know when we're going to die. Could you imagine the anxiety? It's like, yeah, you're going to be one of Jack the Ripper's victims. Or, yeah, thank God you don't know. Then you'd be preoccupied. You couldn't You couldn't solder, like if your job was to solder uh, car parts together, or your job was to make sure all of the rides of Disneyland are working properly, and you're thinking about how you're going to die and when you're going to die, ugh, we'd all go nuts. What's up? Welcome. Hi, David. Welcome to whatever this is. We're having a pretty good time now. Notice that nobody is being timed out. I try not to think about that time. That was horrible, wasn't it? People are trying to join the show, and I'm never going to let people be a moderator again, because there's so many things that they can do to you when they're a moderator. Thoughts on Home Depot? Thank God for Home Depot. That's where we get all of our supplies. If just, well, we had to order a couple of faucets online. What's going on here? Oh, good, it is charging. All right. When it's not charging, it starts to glitch. It starts to do a lot of, yes, Home Depot. You want to be near a Home Depot. If ever you consider buying a house, make sure you're near a Home Depot, especially if it's an old house, especially if you need roof repair, you need a new toilet. But I want to be mod. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. People wreak havoc. They wreak havoc when they are Frosty, the woman cartoon who plays Frosty. You know what? I never really looked at the credits. Who plays Frosty the Snowman? I remember that cartoon. And Walmart, that's right. You want to be near a Walmart. Just say, do you have a Walmart? Do you have a Home Depot? Okay. They were saying Starbucks. Starbucks increases your property value. If you live near a Starbucks, people are like, wow, whoever thought up Starbucks? They were geniuses. They knew our animalistic behavior, because we're creatures of habit. Thoughts on Sam's Club? Sam's Club is a good idea. Become a member of Sam's Club. They have their own gasoline, and it's at a lower price. Check the neighborhood. That's why we go to Sam's Club. My mother is a Sam's Club member, and whenever we need gas, that's where we go, if we can help it. And what's cool about Sam's Club, what's cool about Sam's Club is it's next to an IHOP. So after we fuel up, we go to IHOP. So because it's right, it's location is what they say. Yeah, that's right, buddy. What I don't understand is Chick-fil-A. They relocated the Chick-fil-A. There was a Chick-fil-A that was right in Hiram. Charles Hardy Parkway, I think it was called, or one of those roads. It was right next to, I think that's why they moved, is because they were right next to McDonald's. They were becoming competition. Because it's still in Hiram, it's just down the road a ways. It's like, now there's just an empty Chick-fil-A there. I guess McDonald's won. McDonald's French fries and Big Macs. Deborah Harry. What about Deborah Harry? Why don't I remember that name? There was a museum that I saw. The Carpetbagger. The guy who calls himself the Carpetbagger. He went to a museum of ideas. And that was pretty interesting to watch. It's amazing how many ideas fail. So many ideas you thought would be okay, you thought would be good, but they like dangerous toys. People approve a toy and kids start getting injured by said toy. Yard darts is one of them. That's one that stands out, the yard darts. They were huge darts that you had to throw up in the air and land them in a circle. Thoughts on peach pie? Delicious. I'm more of a cherry pie guy. She's my cherry pie. Cherry pie with ice cream on top. Sometimes pie isn't always good all by itself. Sometimes you got to put ice cream on it. But that's decadence. That's called decadence when you or because it's convenient. You know, we have that level of convenience when we can put kind of pie does mom like. She's been buying a lot of apple pies lately. Apple? I think she likes chocolate. If she had a choice, I think it would be chocolate pie. Chocolate pie! I think a lot of ladies like chocolate. Chocolate. Chocolate is an aphrodisiac. Chocolate is supposed to open up the blood vessels, I guess. That's right. But I wouldn't order for her. I would let her order for herself. Because I guess that's part of becoming a senior, is you complain more. When you become a senior, you start to notice everything that's wrong with the situation. Like when we go to a restaurant, or when I cook. I would love it if somebody would just cook for me. In the Christmas cartoon, Charlie Brown, what is the year? You know what? I really don't know. I really don't know. There's so many things I don't pay attention to. Because if it's a special, I only remember that it would show that special, you know, the word spinning, and then it would make that cool sound. Somebody has dropped off. I don't know why there, it should start charging. It's plugged in, definitely. Why is the little light not on? There's a little light that's supposed to be on. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong spot. There we go. Oh well. You know what? It's not making... Now it should be charging. Ah, I'm getting lightheaded. Wasn't he a comic character? For a Charlie Brown? I don't know, really. There are a lot of things that I'm not quite in the know about. I do know that when I was a kid, we were all in a yellow VW Bug. You know, like the one in The Shining? The yellow... Those are pretty popular, I guess, the VW Bugs. They don't look the same anymore. I saw a VW Bug, but it doesn't look the same as the ones that we were riding in. Well, anyway, we lost a tire. It was the right rear tire, the one that I was sitting over. We were flying down the freeway and a wheel came off. Thank God we were able to retrieve the wheel and put it back on. Thoughts on the restaurant Roy Rogers? I don't think there's one here. I know they just put up a Culver's, Taylorsville. Taylorsville is where my brother lives. They're also putting up a Krispy Kreme donut shop. Yeah, Roy Rogers. I'm not familiar with that. I know there's no Wiener Schnitzel out here. And I really like their chili cheese dogs and fries. Yeah, I know. Have you noticed that? It's buffering. Why is it doing that today? It did that a few... See, it's doing it right now. What's up with that? They closed those a long time ago. Yeah. Roy Rogers. Trying to think of. I know there's still Sonic out here, but you probably have to drive a distance to get to a Sonic. And there's definitely. Wow. Sonic is the best. You can still drive up to those, I think. They'll bring it out to you on a tray. Sonic is like one of those 50s style restaurants. I think I need to give my phone a rest. Something's happening. Yeah, it's up to 80% now. I don't know why it's doing that. Right, car hops. Yeah, car hops. They used to come out to you on roller skates. That must be hard. You're balancing a tray of food and you're on roller skates. God forbid there's a rock. God forbid there's like a, a little dip in the road. You can't see because you're carrying a tray full of food, wearing a silly little hat, wearing shorts, and you just hit a rock and everything goes. And then you skinned up your knee. Oh, that could be why they don't do that anymore. Ronald McDonald's used to be like that. Ronald McDonald, the hamburger happy clown. You should look up the 1950s Ronald McDonald. He was disturbing. I'll have to bring up that video so you don't have to scroll down so far. The original Ronald McDonald, he had like a box on his head and he was dressed like a clown. And he would make hamburgers appear. Ed, how many people let their cats out at night? A lot of them. If they're not indoor cats, that way you get some peace and quiet. I had two cats at one time. They'll meow to go outside. They'll meow to be let back in. Good luck trying to get, I hate that. Good luck trying to get some sleep. It's like having a hairy kid. Well, I'm going to give my phone a rest. My phone, for some reason, keeps glitching. And, oh, now that we got 5 people. Oh, well, I think I could wing it. How? Oh, I already read that. That would be an interesting statistic. How many people let their cats out at night? Or how many people will admit to letting their cats out at night? I remember my phone did this when it was not charging. When it wasn't charged enough. And right now it is charging. It's charging as we speak. But it's doing, maybe it's the Wi-Fi is having problems. I think that's what I'll do. I'll take a break, go outside and breathe, stop thinking about the future. And then maybe when the sun goes down, I can start another live. Maybe my phone will be fully charged. And I'll make it an adult show. What's funny is, where are all the kids? You know, I do a family show. And there are no kids. It's always when I'm doing an adult show that kids show up. Like right now, this could be an adult show. Only one kid popped in. This could be all of us, just for us adults. But oh well, we know how it always works that way. You never have an umbrella when it rains. Right. So who else is here right now? We got 4 people. I'm glad you all keep coming back. For whatever reason, I see more people. Hot wings. I like hot wings as long as they're not too hot. Sometimes I'll bite into a hot wing and I'll regret it. I like the mild hot wings. I could eat a lot of hot wings. I never seen a man eat so many chicken wings. Wasn't that a Doors song? I'll never see a man eat so many chicken wings. You know you're good when you can sing about anything. You can sing about anything and people will listen. You can sing about chicken wings. You can sing about sending out an SOS. Message in a box. It keeps glitching. I'll be looking forward to seeing you all again. Maybe if I started a new live, my phone will have a chance. So, so remember where we left off on chicken wings. Have a great day. I hit the button. Nothing's happening.